Hey everybody, I'm Mike, KO4PDI. We are listening to the 17-meter activity group right now. I've checked in and I'm portable, so I'll get to go pretty soon. But what it is 18.1575. Go there and check in, and you can.
If you'd like to check in on the website, it's hfqso.com.
hfqso.com. That's where to go to check in if you want. And then they'll call on you, and you give a call out, and everybody that hears you gives you a signal report. Because the activity group, all we do is we check in and we give out a call, and people all over the world respond back. I've heard Prince Edward Island in Canada. Off in the distance, you can't see it because it's so bright out there. I have my new MadDog coil hooked up to a whip on a ground spike, and I'm getting really good SWR on this, just 1.3. That's me. All right, Tom, thank you very much for having me. I am down in beautiful Flagler Beach, Florida, on the banks of the Intercoastal Waterway, operating portable with my 705 a Zygo amplifier and a MadDog coil and a 17-foot whip. Who hears me out there? KO4PDI, CQ, CQ, CQ.
555, Northern
Michigan. 55, Ontario. Montreal, Canada. 57, Oklahoma. All right, you guys, thank you very much. I'll stay here for a while and give you some reports of what I hear. But thank you very much for hitting me up there right away. KO4PDI, back to net. My buddy Steve just checked in, N4SSG. He's literally half a mile behind me. All right, so now we're going to adjust the coil on this antenna. We got to turn the camera around. I'll do that, and then I'll get back to you. All right, what you're looking at is the MadDog coil. This came from Australia, and we're going to adjust this now for 40 meters. Okay, so after a little adjusting, you can look, I'm at 1.18 at 7.120. That's where I'm at. Pretty good signal report there on 40 meters. It's below 1.2 the whole band, so that's perfect. And I'll be able to hook this up to my radio, not even use the tuner. What you can see, I'll show you. Let's turn this around. All right, what you see here is my coil. This is on a little bit of an angle. I should straighten it out a little bit. Get my hammer and hammer that back into the ground a little. But what you're looking at is my coil. This is the new MadDog coil. And we have this ring here, and we have a 17-foot mast that I adjusted. I turned one section about halfway. And we got a 1.1 SWR. You can see that on here. If it focuses, look, we're below 1.2 across the entire band. That's not bad, man. That's pretty good. So what we do, we head back on over here to my radio. Now that I got it all adjusted, I have 6 15-foot radials on here. And what we're going to do is we're going to hook this back up to the radio. Right now, it goes right there. Let's do some more.
Oscar 4, Papa Delta India calling CQ, CQ, CQ.
All right, I've been spotted. Let's see if we get anybody.
Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India
All right,
calling
let's see if we
CQ,
get anybody
CQ,
today.
CQ parks on the air, CQ parks on the air. KO4PDI parks on the air, CQ, CQ. Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India. Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India calling CQ,
Putting out about
CQ,
60
CQ.
watts. Alpha Bravo 4, Kilo November, KO4, PDI, gotcha. Yeah, you're about 5'4" into Central Florida. Thanks a lot for the QSO. 73 KO4 PDI CQ Parks on the air. QRZ CQ Parks on the air. KO4 PDI CQ 40 meters. KO4 PDI CQ Parks on the air. We got one guy, that was quick. Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India calling CQ Parks on the air from beautiful Central Florida. Gamble Rogers State Park KO4 PDI calling CQ Parks on the air. And with this little box,
Papa Delta India
it keeps playing that until I tell it to stop.
Parks on the air, CQ Parks on the air.
Works Bluetooth.
KO4 PDI Parks on the air, CQ. Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India 4 PDI, CQ POTA, CQ.
All right, we're on 20 meters now. 14,262, trying to see if we can get some more contacts for Parks on the air.
CQ Parks on the air.
Calling CQ on 14,262.
KO4 PDI, CQ POTA, CQ POTA. CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air. Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India, KO4 PDI, CQ POTA, CQ POTA.
All right, my spot just went through on Parks on the air. Somebody's tuning up.
CQ Parks.
Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India doing Parks on the air. KO4 PDI, CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air. Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India calling CQ Parks on the air. What's amazing to me about this 705 and the Zygu amplifier, I literally have 3 watts going into the Zygu amplifier and 60 watts at peak is what's coming out. Pretty good. I activated the park. I got 2 voice contacts and 8 FT8 contacts. I'm trying to get some more here on 20 meters.
On the air. CQ Parks on the air.
It'd be nice if I could get some more.
Papa Delta India, KO4 PDI, CQ POTA, CQ POTA.
Whiskey 5, Romeo Whiskey Echo. Thank you again. KO4 PDI 73. Papa Bravo station, come back. What was the number? All right, see if I got that right. Whiskey Juliet 4, Papa Bravo. That would be not right. Give me a call sign again 3 times. All right, so it's Whiskey Juliet 4. What was the next letter? So it's Whiskey Juliet 4, Papa Bravo, QSL. All right, Timothy. Well, that's the name that's coming up. Oh no, you're Jonathan in Kentucky. I got you now, Jonathan. I got it in there right. Took me a while. Park number is Kilo 3626. Kilo 3626, and you're coming in about a 5'4" to Central Florida. All right, man, not bad for 50 watts. All right, man, you have a good day. This is KO4 PDI 73. Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India calling CQ Parks on the air. All right, we stopped that. Now I'm going to show you what I use. If you look over my shoulder here, this is the Hammers app. Let's see if we can get this to show up. This is pretty nice because, here you go. Now you can see the Hammers app right there. I put the call sign in here and it automatically does a lookup because it's using my iPhone, which I'm filming with, to access the internet. so we're going to turn this volume down now because we're going to switch back to SDR control. Watch this. We just go up and we pick SDR control. These are the 8 contacts I made earlier on, I was doing 17 meters FT8. And you see it still shows, cancel that. It still shows I'm on 14,258. If you look on here, it says 14,258. And you look on here, also 14,258. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit tools, go to FT8, gonna pick 20 meters, right there. The radio will change, and I tell it to start receiving. It switches to 14.074, which is the FT8. And I click here to start sending CQ. And already I just sent out a CQ right there. So now we'll try to get a few more contacts on 20 meters, FT8. Maybe we'll get something nice. Adjust that. All right, so we're calling CQ right now. So far, nobody's responding, but we'll get somebody. Anyway, so that's, you got an idea of the MadDog coil that I got from Australia. If you're interested in this coil, let's see if it gives the information on here where to get it. If it doesn't, I will get it and put it in the comments, and you set your your SWR to a good level with your SWR meter, and it's beautiful. And I'm using, like I said, I got 15-foot radials, 6 of them on there. It has a nice little place to plug a banana plug in to connect your radials, which is pretty cool. As a matter of fact, you know what I'll do? I'll take it apart and I'll show it to you close up, and you can take a look at it. All right? KO4 PDI. I'm going to try to get some more contacts FT8, and then I will show you the coil up close and how it works. Hey, good evening, everybody. So, you got to watch my video where I was doing parts on the air using that fancy new coil that I got from Australia. Well, I'm going to show you that coil right now. Here it is. We're sitting out by my pool in the backyard here in Florida. It's gorgeous, like 85 degrees and sunny. It's absolutely nuts. This is the MadDog coil. There, you've seen it. What I did with this, I mounted this on my ground spike. You have the antenna connection right here is a BNC. You have this coil that slides up and down this clamp that slides up and down a coil, which you can then tighten so it doesn't move. This is probably one of the most durable coils I've ever seen. This thing is a tank. You take this, you screw this into your ground spike or your tripod. It comes with an adapter to hook a regular 17-foot whip onto the top of this right here. So you have a nut that goes on there, and then the whip screws into that nut, and it matches the threads. This is what you use to adjust for the band you're on. You loosen this, and you can move it up and down a coil, just like the Wolf River coil, and just like the coils on the Buddy Pole and the Buddy Stick Deluxe. You adjust so you get the perfect length to make a resonant antenna. The best part is they give you another clamp. So you can have 20 meters, 40 meters down here and 20 meters up here, 17. You could have 2 bands already pre-tuned for your setup. Now what I did with mine is I picked up a set of 15-foot radials that I got it on DX Engineering. I will find that link and put it in the discussion of this video. There's a link, there'll be a link to that. And what you do is, this is the wire you adjust that's hooked up. You hook it up to the red connector right here, right? And then your counterpoise, it already has a banana plug receiver right here to just plug your counterpoise into it. So I had 6 15-foot radials on one connector hooked up to here. I had this mounted on the ground spike. Although I was not using the antenna connection on the ground spike. You could, but I wasn't. I was using this connector right here, this BNC connector. This is it. And let me tell you something. When I got this thing tuned, which was not difficult at all, I was amazed at what I could do with this. It's your typical coil. They say it's a substitute for the Wolf River coil. Now, I never had a Wolf River coil, but I've seen them. This is made like a tank. the Wolf River coil is not this well made. This thing is solid as a rock. It's not that heavy. All you need is a 17-foot whip, some radials, and you're in business up to 80 meters on this little coil. So this is the 80 meter. This top does not come off, but this bottom, you can unscrew this. I've already had it off once. You could take this off and connect something else here. I don't know why you would do that. Oh, it's got a bolt on the bottom. This screw, you could take that out and put something else there for whatever particular mounting situation you have. In my case, I got all thumbs. In my case, this worked perfect just as it is. It's screwed right into my spike, which I'll get that and I'll show you that too. Sit tight. All right, so I'm going to show you my ground spike first. This is the ground spike. This little adapter on here is what the coil screws into. This is a giant nail I got at Home Depot. This is a mirror mount for a truck. You know how they mount the mirrors on the truck? The only thing, the difference is it was mounted this way originally. I just turned the back around so I can mount it vertically. So this I push into the ground where I hammered in whatever kind of ground I got. That's what that's for. Here is the 17-foot whip. This is the MFJ one. Notice this nut, this comes with the coil. And of course I can't unscrew it now because I did such a good job, but anyway, this screws into the top of the coil right here, like that. All right. Now, I operated on a couple of different bands. I did 17 meters. I did do 40 meters. I didn't have much luck with 40 meters because it was during the day and it wasn't a great day for 40 meters. But I did 17 meters, 20 meters, and 40 meters with this, and it was solid as a rock. Here are my radials. These are a set of radials. I bought these at DX Engineering, and this is a winder I got on Amazon, I think. But these are very well made radials. They come with this ring on the end. However, what I like to do is put a banana plug on there. So I put a banana plug on there and I spliced it to one of the radials. Well, what does that do? That hooks up to all the radials then. So all I gotta do is plug this into the black connector right here. This goes right in there like that when it's on the ground spike and all the radials are connected. So that works really good. So I can only say, if you wanna have a decent coil and you don't want to go with Wolf River coils, this is the one you want to buy. This thing, it took a couple of weeks to get here because it was coming from Australia. Man, is this thing made well. This is a very well made coil, and I can't suggest it more. I highly suggest it. Someday I'm going to get my hands on a Wolf River coil too. I mean, I can do up to 80 meters on this. I don't even need any additional stuff to do 80 meters. This is all built in. It's ready to go. 80 meters. So, hey, take it for what it's worth from my MadDog coils. Are pretty darn good. All right, I got the spec sheet here. I got some more details for you, just so you know. Here's the one sheet you get with your coil. And this comes from maddogcoils.com.au. maddogcoils.com.au. It's from Australia, and total cost shipped $167.75. Can't go wrong with that. That's a pretty good price for an antenna system that is resident and works amazingly well. It really does. It works amazingly well. I highly suggest it. It has the 80. Let's see, the 80 meter coil has 72 winds around it, and oh, by the way, I believe, let me just check. Yeah, single sideband, 100 watts, CW, 75 watts you could put on this thing. And I drive it when I'm doing FT8, when I'm out doing parks on the air the other day using it. I had this thing at max power on my 705 with the Zygu amplifier, putting out about 75 to 80 watts constantly. And it did great. It didn't even get warm. Actually, it was in the sun. It got warm from being in the sun. But I've tried a lot of different antennas. I have the Buddy Pole Deluxe. I have the Buddy Stick Deluxe. I have end-fed half-waves and stuff like that. I've used the tripod mount antenna. I use the toy box antenna. I've tried the Gable 7510 antenna on that. Great, they all work great. This is heavy duty, man. This is heavy duty stuff. This is not gonna fail you. I can't rave more about it. This thing, if you held this in your hand, the weight probably weighs about half a pound, 8 to 10 ounces maybe, but it's got some weight to it and it's solid as a rock. This is not some cheapo 3D printed coil, and this is really good stuff. And there's 72 winds from one end to the other, and this is good to 80 meters, 100 watts. So if that's what you're in the market for, if you want something quick, I don't know that I would take this hiking, but I don't hike. Look at me, I don't hike. I'll walk a little bit, but I ain't gonna hike a far. When I do Parks on the Air, it's drive up, park the car, take the stuff out, set it up right there. I don't do a lot of hiking through the woods or climbing mountains. You're not gonna see me doing summits on the air. No, that's not for me. That's for the young buck. The young bucks out there, they could do summits on the air. I'll talk to them, I'll hunt them. But I'm a Parks on the Air guy, and I love this. I had a blast with this yesterday. So, hey, take it for what it's worth. Look for the links in the description of this video. You like my backyard? I love it here. This is heaven. If you looked on that side, all I got is an antenna farm. It's just incredible how many antennas, and one of them's got to be replaced soon. So that'll be my next task in my hobby quest. So on that note, hey, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You enjoyed the Parks on the Air activation and also the 17 meter activity net. I was on there today again. Now you can go to their website and log in there and get your name on the list there without even having to call and check in. So look into it. You'll probably enjoy it. 17 meter activity net. I think in the earlier part of the video I told you the website to go to, so enjoy that. And in the meantime, hey, keep hamming harder. That's what we're here for, right? We're here to do ham radio and have a blast with it. So you guys take care. KO4 PDI 73. Catch you again soon.